Yeah, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another Fortune Chronicles with me, your girl Tatiana Tarot. Listen, it's better late than never. I didn't think I would be able to accomplish this video this week, but when spirit calls, you answer. There has been an incessant nudging to release this information out to you guys. I don't know what's going to be channeled, but I just know that if you're watching this, there is a message here for you. So if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm your girl Tatiana Tarot. I'm an initiated priestess of an African spiritual tradition, Ifarisha Isheshe. I also work as an espiritista, subtle energy healer, Akashic record practitioner, educator. I'm a mom. I love to provide spiritual and personal development and wellness tools to women of the diaspora so that you can level up and evolve in every area of your life using indigenous technology and these wellness tools to help you along the way. So if that sounds like you, give me a like and subscribe. There's going to be so much more in store for you in regards to that. But before we officially get started, let's just get in real quick to some church announcements. As some of you may already know, if you're in my newsletter, if you subscribe to my newsletter, you guys know that I have extended my Hot Gal Summer Sale on my Possess Your Spirit membership for an additional week. That sale now will end this Monday, July 7th. Okay, it's the last day to get 20% off 3 consecutive months of my online membership. If you've been looking for community, Black and brown women of the diaspora, to link up to discuss things like divination, light language, ancestral veneration, energetic healing, all of these things, we do that in the portal on the online membership. We have a myriad of pre-recorded and live classes. There's a live group healing in the membership every month. We just had one in June, Wealth Embodiment 1.0. You can grab the replay in the portal. This Sunday, July 6th, we will have at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 a.m. Central, 4 p.m. South African time, we're going to have the 2.0 of that wealth embodiment class. And so we're going to really work with quantum jumping, timeline jumping, embodiment to our wealthiest selves. We're going to do a lot of personal self-concept, creating our character around our wealthiest selves. We're going to be talking about marine spirits, water spirits, how to appease them, how to work them for wealth, embodiment, abundance, and opulence. We're going to be working with egg bait, talking about egg bait, talking about our ancestors, how to work with them as well, and so many other things. So this is definitely the 2.0 class that you don't want to miss out. If by any chance you need to miss out, it's going to be recorded. It will be in the portal. And again, you can catch the 1.0 class and other classes too. At the end of the month, July 27th, the last Sunday, we will be having a live class on light language activation, how to channel your intergalactic, multidimensional channeling voice. For those that are interested in light language, for those that want to start channeling for deep healing, transformation, DNA activation, and all that, we will be going over how to do that, what it's about. And again, that's going to be recorded. So those are the new offerings in the portal this month. You don't want to miss out. Please use code HOTGYAL, HOTGYAL, all capital letters, in the checkout to get those 20% off 3 consecutive months. That ends this Monday. You don't want to miss out, okay? I've also extended Possess Your Spirit members will have first dibs to my spiritual books. So if you've been looking to book with me, you got until this Monday to get that discount and to book with me early. Other than that, after Monday, general public, the books will be open for the general public. The price is changing, child. So get it in while you can fit in. I can't wait to see you guys there. There's been so many of you guys that joined. We've been a beautiful community, and it would just be such an honor to have more of us on that platform sharing our knowledge and also giving me like, Tati, this is what we want to learn. This is what we want to get into. Because, honey, now are the times. All right. So let's get into a general reading Forgive me because I'm going to be whispering a little bit. I'm in my office. Generally, this is a time where people are not here, but it seems to be like the beginning of the month, so people are working. My colleagues from across, they're packed in their office. There's some people downstairs, so I don't want to be loud, but you guys are gonna hear me nevertheless. Let's get into a general reading. Great Spirit. What must be known on a general level? What information do you wish to let people know at this time? For whomever's watching, whenever they're watching, general, all signs, all sun, moon, rising, Venus, signs, child, what's going on? Okay. Nice. Card I'm getting, the Emperor. It's time to build. It is not time to sleep on yourself. Emperor connotates the divine masculine energy, creating the container that is going to make your divine feminine feel safe. Take action on what the divine feminine is channeling and giving you insight on, helping your intuition activate on. The divine masculine builds, it protects, it provides. So this is an invitation to get to know what your divine masculine energy is. Maybe expand that energetic container if you feel like you're not being provided for. The men in your life are not providing for you, or you can't attract men that can provide for you. One of the biggest hacks for me was in processing that, and navigating and expanding my own personal divine masculine container and calling in more men into my life that were eager to provide, that were eager to supply, not just financially, but in all ways, emotionally, spiritually, companionship-wise, all the ways, was really seeing how the divine masculine in God, in Source, was already providing for me, and the ways in which the Creator was providing for me already. And really looking at the ways in which men, whether I knew them or not, were providing for me on a daily basis, whether that be someone that opens the door for me, or someone that answers a question that I have, or someone that gives me a treat in any sort of capacity or a compliment. Or I was seeing how Source was providing me with another day. Source was providing me with extra sales through my business. Source was providing me with health. Source was providing me with, I don't know, a seat at the bus or whatever. Little things like that, that then I was able to expand my lens and my mindset on the ways in which the masculine energy, whether it's men or other forms, was providing for me. And I was able to now call in more of that into my life because I was more aware of that energetic frequency and wasn't focusing on the lack of it, but focusing on the existence of it in the present time. Even in the sense like, oh, Source in its divine masculine way is providing me with the light of the sun, right? Or it's providing me with this comfort of this breeze, or et cetera, right? And so the Emperor is showing up today because a couple of things. One, you need to expand your container on asking for help, receiving help. You are called to do more things. And in doing more things, you no longer can afford to do things that don't pertain to the same bracket as where you once were before. Like, let's say if you're called to lead a group of people, you can't afford to waste time on checking emails or doing things that other people can be doing for you. So that's just an example. And so the Emperor is trying to show up as a means of outsourcing these things for you by doing the heavy lifting for you, whether it's Source, whether it's a spirit guide, whether it's a physical person in your life that is representing the Emperor. There may be some restrictions, some limitations, some hesitations, and some resistance towards you accepting the help, or you not being able to perceive that, yeah, there is actually a lot of help around you, but maybe it's not in the form of what you're anticipating. And until you can lock that down, until you can be aware of that, the form in which you want the help to come in isn't going to come in, because there's an energetic barrier to that. There's like, oh, this is not what it is, when in fact it is what it is. It is that. It's just coming in another form. So there's that. Expanding your container around the divine masculine and recognizing what the divine masculine looks like in your own body, in your own life, how you are operating in your masculine energy versus your feminine, how you feel inspired to take action. This could be a time for you to move your body, okay? That can be a masculine thing, and it can also be a very feminine thing. But physical exertion in terms of working out, in terms of walking, in terms of burning energy from the body that is taking up space for creativity or other things that want to be manifested, it could be a good time for you to express that masculinity inside of you. This could be a good time also to now you're being called for higher things. You're being called to step up to the platform. You're being called to take a seat at your own throne. So that means you need to delegate. You need to learn how to ask for help. You need to build a team or find systems that are going to support you in the creation of what needs to be done. There's something massive that's being called from you at this time. It could be the launch of a new business. It could be you getting your family affairs in order, you getting your financial affairs in order, you now stepping up to the plate to assume this new identity that's very no nonsense, that's very, I'm gonna get it done. The Emperor is all about legacy. It's all about tradition and legacy, but there's work applied to that. There's effort, there's dedication, there's sacrifice. So what are you doing to get to that point? Or are you just being very whimsical and thinking that things are just going to naturally come to you without taking action? Or are you ensuring that every action that you can possibly take is being taken, and you are allowing the universe, your guide source, to add on miracles, to bring in the support, to bring in the opportunities, to help you with the heavy lifting while you're also helping yourself, okay? This could be a time where divine masculine figures are coming into play. There could be a massive, massive breakthrough in healing with a male in your life, a man in your life. There could be a spirit that's coming through and as like the divine masculine archetype that wants to patch things, that is giving you a message or is encouraging you to be the leader in your own life. I also get this message that maybe for some women, for some femmes, for some people that are really driven in a feminine aspect, this isn't a time to wait for men to do things for you. This is for you to know that it is your birthright to have it all. And so things that are traditionally associated with men, being the breadwinners of the house, being the providers of the house, being the safe people, although absolutely they can represent that, they can be that, Spirit may be telling you that it's time for you to be that for yourself, or it's time for you to recognize what that divine masculine archetype is inside of you that is establishing that foundation for you to feel safe, to feel provided for, to feel in abundance and supported by your own masculine self, so that then you can now recognize, acknowledge, and discern healthy divine masculine figures around you, or when people are operating from a very healthy divine masculine aspect of themselves. So lots of stuff coming in for you guys on a general level, but the code word I'm getting for you guys is building. Building, building, building. We are in creative mode. We are up leveling. We're building up. And so if you guys want some resources on as to how do I recalibrate my energetic container around my divine masculine energy, how do I even recognize that? What do I do? There are some resources in my Possess Your Spirit membership. Again, you can get 20% off for 3 consecutive months using HOT GYAL code, HOTGYAL, capital letter newsletters until this Monday. Also, you can get the energetics of opulence, art of sensuality. We work with a lot of divine masculine and divine feminine energy. That might be a class that I just put again in the Possess Your Spirit portal. It's working with the divine masculine. How do we use the divine masculine to call in our resources? How do we recognize our divine masculine? How do we heal it? How do we honor it? All of these juicy things. I'm already writing notes because that's going to be maybe a class for next month come August. That's actually perfect because we've got Leo season. It's a very high end, can be feminine and it can be very masculine. So maybe we'll do that for Lionsgate. AAA is work with the feminine and the masculine aspects, balance them out, and also receive whatever activation we get for Lionsgate. But nevertheless, that is your general reading, y'all. Let's get into air signs. I'm feeling really inspired to get into air signs. Great Spirit, what is the message for air, sun, moon, rising, Venus at this time? What do air signs, why are they sitting here? Why are they watching this, child? Okay, air signs. King of Swords. King of Swords. Air signs, this is really interesting in the sense that what I'm getting for you guys is this is not a time to hold yourself back vocally. This is a time of unlocking the power of expression, the power of self-expression, the power of using your voice as a spell, the power and the potency of your words, whether it's written, whether it's vocalized, whether it's internalized in your brain. King of Swords is very deliberate with what they say, what they mean, what they do. There's generally no emotional, hidden emotional agendas with the King of Swords because they're very straightforward. They're not going to hold back. They're not going to sugarcoat themselves. And also it's kind of like it is what it is with the King of Swords. It's not that they're not emotionally intelligent. It's that they're not distracted by emotions. So this could be a time where you need to come clean. You need to talk to someone really about how you feel. Lead with your heart. Write it down in a letter. Call someone. Or if you get the opportunity to spin the block or encounter energy from the past or a person from the past in which you're feeling cool and inspired to clear the air, this could be a time, air signs, for you to do that. This is also a time in which maybe you are really tapping into the power of your expression. Maybe that power lends to instant manifestation. Maybe that power lends to solving problems immediately, finding solutions, creating something out of thin air. King of Swords could be a time in which you find new ways of expressing yourself. I mean, end of this month, July 27th is Sunday, July 27th, I'm having in my Possess Your Spirit membership a live class on light language activation, multidimensional channeling from various intergalactic, interstellar races. You know, how can we use light language to heal ourselves? How can we use light language to manifest? What is light language? How do I tap into my ability to channel? We're going to be doing all that. And so that's just one example of many ways in which you can express yourself. Some of you guys may be discovering, hey, I'm a poet. Hey, I'm really good with leading events, being in front of the stage, doing YouTube videos, whatever it is. Okay, it doesn't necessarily all have to be about confrontation, clearing the air, but there is something in which you're kind of showing up to the forefront and being like, I've arrived. I'm here. I have something to say. It's not going to be stuck in me. It's not going to be marinating in me. It's all going to come out, and it's going to come out in a very concise, crisp, clear, and effective way. This King of Swords is the king of effective communication, efficient communication. He's not going to just do any small talk. I said what I said. This is how it needs to be done. This is how I feel. Your turn. Okay, you're not going to misconstrue anything. And so this is a powerful, powerful tool, air signs. A lot of you guys are already good with this. You're really good with wielding the power of the wind elemental spirits. Wind that brings in information, wind that sends information, wind that conjures information, right? And so use that and use that to your advantage, essentially. Subconsciously, you're getting the Three of Pentacles, which is a card of influence. It's a time for you to use your voice as a tool of influence, to use your words as a tool of influence, whether it's in your career, whether it's in your family, whether it's in your relationship. You have the power to shift the energy to your favor. So the beautiful thing about the King of Swords is that you're going to be very clear on what it is that you want to shift. You're going to be very clear on what it is that you have to say. You're going to be very clear in the ways in which you say it and in the new ways in which you are generating to express yourself and the ways in which you have already that is, you can leverage to your advantage. But the Three of Pentacles is about building, okay? Let's review the Emperor in the beginning of this video, the Emperor, the general message. Building a legacy, building an empire, building and influencing other people, or starting to put your blueprint in motion. Okay, this is about collaborations potentially. This is about exchanging. This is about being resourceful. What do I have that can benefit you? What do you have that can benefit me? Let's sit together. Let's brainstorm. Let's elevate everybody. Or let's build something bigger than us, right? This is really using your genius as a beacon of influence at this time, which I really hope that you air signs don't underestimate yourselves, okay? Or sell yourself short. For those that are in sales and branding, excellent time to really impact people with your messaging, with what you feel is going to really help people for the better. If you really feel like your product is there or your service is there to help people for the better, it could be a very financially lucrative time for you because you can sell water to a whale, right? And so really use that to your advantage. Water signs. Okay, so let's get into earth signs. Earth, sun, moon, rising, Venus. What is the message for earth signs? Earth, sun, moon, rising, Venus, earth. Okay, this flew out. Let's re. So this flew out, earth signs. I'm not really going to take this into consideration, but some of you guys need to say it with your chest. Some of you guys have blockages either because what you're feeling and what you're thinking are not in congruence. Like your heart might be like, yes, I'm worthy of it all. But your mindset might be like, who are you to put yourself out there? Who are you to want this? Some of you guys are shooting yourself in the foot by the language that you speak. You're not speaking in the right tone. You're not speaking with conviction. Or you're not using the right words. Or you're not speaking to yourself. Your own self-talk is debilitating, is limiting. A lot of your blockages could be resolved through power of language, learning how to influence people through your speech, through your tone, through your delivery, through learning how to actively listen. Earth signs, so really pay attention to that. Where am I blocked? Where are my finances blocked? Where is my love blocked? Where am I blocked? And how do I unblock that through a new mindset, new self-talk? Even the things that you say to other people. Not that my money is running low. My money is always coming in. I'm always blessed and supplied. Or I'm healthy. I am wealthy. I'm always supported. There's always a solution, right? Don't shoot yourself in the foot. So air signs, y'all need to watch air signs. But earth signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, this is your message. So you guys are getting, and yes, there is some sort of binding. You guys are getting the Eight of Swords. But on the subconscious level, you get the Fool. So you are on the brink of a new beginning. You are on the brink of a new chapter. You are on the brink of a new you. You're giving birth to a new life. You're giving birth to a new identity. Something is being born newly. It could be new financial flow, new relationship, or a new aspect to your relationship that feels new. New friends, new move, new you, the way you treat yourself, the way you operate in this world, the way you show up for yourself and other people. That in and of itself may be new. But with the Eight of Swords, it's like your mind, it's almost like you are not focusing internally on your emotions. You're focusing on the mental. You're focusing on the 3D plane, which is an absolute illusion. You need to be a little delusional. I'm just going to take this out because y'all really need to hear me. You need to be a little delusional at this time. With the Eight of Swords, normally I would say you need a spiritual bath. You need a okra bath, which is on my channel, the recipe, or a white bath, a white spiritual bath, which I will need to record and put that up. But you need a bath and then crossing, a road opening, and then crossing or cord cutting. All of these things could be done in my Possess Your Spirit membership. You can Google, you can use YouTube, you can pray on it. But these needs to be done because chances are you are the one that's getting in your own way, earth signs. But the beautiful thing is that on the subconscious level, I think you are aiming towards liberation. You are aiming, you see the light. Like there is going to be a release. Before the end of the month, there will be a release of these limiting shackles, this mindset. Your mind is exhausted. That could very much be it, earth signs. You're just tired. You're tired. You're worn out. It's time for you to get cozy, read a book, go to the beach, go to the water, spend time with the water, spend time with something that is not airy, spend time with something that is not too logical. You need to have fun. You need to be uninhibited. Go get yourself a glass of wine, go frolic in a new neighborhood, go get yourself a cannoli in Little Italy, go do the things that bring and induce pleasure, because right now it's like you're locked up and limited and your resources are drained. Your inner resources are drained, which means you really need to work on supplying good emotional support to yourself in any way that you can, So, Lord, the spiritual baths are just a prerequisite to the inner work that really needs to be done. And whether this is something that you already know you need to do or something that you're going to discover along the way, I wouldn't get so caught up on it. I would just say that maybe a lot of you earth signs have been allowing your logical brain, your logical faculty, your divine masculine energy to lead. And it's really time for your divine feminine to lead, for you to lead more on intuition, on activating your psychic side, allowing space and room for mystery and pleasure to pour themselves into your life, but also for you to actively allow this to come into your life. And I think that this chapter is just up ahead. Is really like another week or so, and you're going to feel like a brand new person. So definitely give me an update on that once you do. Yeah, this just flew out of the deck. Okay, you've got the Devil and you got a 10 of Pentacles. You guys are on the brink of like clearing some sort of intergenerational pattern, some sort of curse, some sort of maybe some of you are just like on the other side of some sort of mental breakthrough that has been very persistent in your lineage. And some sort of limitation, some sort of limiting way you perceive yourself. Maybe you're like, I really can't do this, when in reality you can. And you really have the backup support of your ancestors. You have the backup support of elevated guides. And it's you're the one that's got yourself in a shackle. So being your best friend versus being your worst enemy. Ciao. Pray on it. Pray, really deliberately pray on God. Help me to see myself the way you see me. Help me to release myself from any limitations that I may place myself in. Give me the ashe and extra energy and resources needed to accomplish all my desires expeditiously. And there you have it. So we did air, we did earth. So let's do water. Water signs, great spirit. I'm going to do this manually like this. I'm just going to shuffle like this because I'm holding this mic. Okay, this card wants to come out. Water signs, come on. What's good? What's good? What's really good, Miley? What's interesting, water signs, is you guys are getting the 9 of Swords. And what I really do feel is that you guys are not energetically equipped to handle the times up ahead. What that means is that you guys may be, as empaths or spiritualists or just random muggles, really, you are out in these streets with no sort of spiritual hygiene and protection, and you are absorbing everyone's fears, everyone's anxieties, everyone's thoughts, everybody's reality of lack. You are not other people's lack. You are not going to be absorbing other people's beliefs on lack. And this is the 9 of Swords is really the inability to let go and let God, really. And whenever I get this card, it's time for me to sit my ass down and really write and purge all what I'm feeling on paper and the root core beliefs of those feelings, and reprogramming those beliefs and locking those beliefs in with actions that lock them in, or finding vibrational patterns that lock those beliefs in, whether it's in the form of songs, visuals, a vision board or something. That's what I'd be doing. But then that's when I know, like, okay, there's something wrong in my matrix. There's something wrong in my reality where I'm freaking out and I'm picking up too much shit that is not mine, and it's making me feel like it's mine, and it's not. So cord cutting, resting, writing it out, screaming it out, crying it out, working with water as a healing power. Knight of Cups is coming in. Some of you guys may have some tumultuous times in relationships. Water signs. I think that this isn't a time to fight what is being shown at you. This is a time where you need to, and praying is not necessarily religious. Praying is just having an open dialogue with Source, with Creator, on a consistent level, and at that, the Creator inside of you, the Source within you, the God, the Goddess within you, right? That's why when I teach my stuff, I always start with people connecting to their God spot, their God portal. And I think there has been a disconnect from that with the 9 of Swords. A disconnect from, I'm feeling alone, I'm feeling worried, I'm feeling anxious, I feel like I can't take this on by myself. But what I'm really getting is that the stuff that you are plagued with is other people's energies and perception of what is going on. When you tune in and you tap into your own intuition on the subconscious level, you know everything is going to be all right. You already probably can see signs in which things are working in your favor, but you're forgetting that. You're choosing not to see that, or you're choosing to believe in another timeline that is playing out for another person but isn't necessarily yours. So this talks about upping your energetic hygiene, your spiritual hygiene. It talks about energetic boundaries, which is what we do a lot in Possess Your Spirit. Whether that is setting up energetic boundaries by specifically requesting it through prayer, or doing subtle energy techniques that I teach you in the membership, or doing spiritual baths, or working with water, as I mentioned before. Subconsciously, you're getting the Knight of Cups. So solutions are coming your way. Peace is coming your way. A breakthrough is coming your way. For whoever needs to hear this, I do also receive that some of y'all need to cleanse with a chicken or a white bird. You need to cleanse. You need to offer that sacrifice. That's not everybody. Other people might need to cleanse with like a white bath. Okay, a white spiritual bath. All right. Or wear white clothing, and just purify yourself for a second, because I do feel like guidance is coming through. You are channeling guidance. You are channeling information. Your elevated holy guides. For those that actually work with spirits, this could be a good time to work with archangels. The archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Metatron, or other spirits in the Catholic pantheon, etc., or marine spirits, working with water spirits to cleanse, to divine from, and to soften up your energy, and to clear other people's fog from your own lamppost, so to speak. So there is this need to be proactive with spiritual hygiene, and also to know that's not my stuff. The things that I am worried about, yay, they may feel very real, but I'm picking it up from my mom's anxiety. I'm picking it up from my man's anxiety. I'm picking it up from the train. I'm picking it up from social media. This could be a time to do a social media cleanse. And yeah, just protect your energy. I have a light language class at the end of this month in my Possess Your Spirit membership. It is an exceptional way to cleanse. It is an exceptional way to raise your frequency. And it's an exceptional way to channel information from multi-galactic, intergalactic, stellar races. So if you're interested in that, again, use code HOTGYAL, HOTGYAL, at the checkout for 20% off 3 consecutive months. The last day to do that is this Monday, child. I don't want to hear no more about it, but I'm gonna see y'all in that class end of the month. But those are some things y'all can do. So last but not least, we're gonna move into fire signs. Fire. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Great Spirit. What do the fire signs need to see? What do they need to hear? And you know what? Fire signs, you guys are getting the death card. There's a lot of muertos around us. There's a lot of spirit activity. I've been feeling it. I know a lot of y'all have been feeling it. The beautiful thing about everybody's reading is that although some of the readings may have been intense, on a subconscious level, they have been getting like some sort of a breakthrough solution. Almost like this is a test from Spirit. Spirit really wants you to know, fire signs and all other signs, are you listening? Are you listening to the calling? Are you answering the calling, or are you ignoring it? Okay. Ignore it to your own detriment. And I don't mean that as like a warning. I mean, like, if you can smell smoke from a mile away and you're not doing anything to like prevent it, to figure out where it's coming from, to figure out if you good, you just ignoring it, and then the fucking fire comes to your doorstep and it's a little too late, then that's on you, right? And so I feel like death for you fire signs, the spirit world, the underground gang, as they say here in South Africa, I love it deep. I love it so deep. They're very fucking loud. You better be listening. You better be taking some time to cultivate maybe 10 minutes just to check in on your intuition. If you are a spiritualist in any capacity, you need to be taking at least an hour a week, spiritual baths, working your shrines, working your altars, working your bulbadas, and making sure everything is copacetic, making sure that everything is at the level that you were trained to have it at, that the spirits feel heard, they feel seen, they feel acknowledged. A little goes a long way. You don't got to be there for 7 hours, but to receive death means that there's a major metamorphosis going on in your life. A lot of things are changing. This point next year, you won't be able to recognize yourself. You won't be able to recognize your relationships. You won't be able to recognize your finances. everything is upgrading, and we have no control over how that upgrade is going to go. We just know that God always upgrades us. God never downgrades us, right? And so whatever is being done for us. It's being done in our favor. But if that means that people are going to exit our lives or things we must part from for our own betterment, then so be it. But to go back to our conversation about the spirit world, there's a lot of cues and clues as to what's going on, what's going to change. And I feel like your guides are definitely pointing you to be in the right direction, to be taking heed, to take some of your guys may be like, you need to do, you need to take this physical action. Some of your guys are just kind of giving you a sense, a knowing of what lies ahead. Okay. But change is inevitable. Change is here. And change is leading you to your deepest desires. Change is leading you. Look, there is a 6 of swords behind. So you definitely need to be comfortable with parting ways with things that you've outgrown. I think you guys are ready for something bigger, something better, something more you. You guys are really selling yourself short. Fire signs. You're underestimating yourself. And that's why these changes, with or without you, have to happen. And this Ace of Cups, you're preparing your vessel for overflow. Overflow of love, overflow of money, overflow of health, overflow of all the things that you said you've wanted, you've been working towards. You are preparing for that, but also know that the spirits are joining you on that journey, and they're helping you on that journey. For you fire signs, some of you guys may have like a resurrection of a love relationship. Someone from the past might come up. There might be profound healing. You might be ready for love. I'm just saying, y'all. So anyway, it's been a pleasure, y'all. I hope I get to see you this Sunday. Wealth Embodiment 2.0. Okay, possess your spirit. Don't miss out. Use code HOT GYAL, as I've been saying, to get the 20% off. More deets down below, but I will check you guys out next week. Love you deep. Ciao.